Just a quick hello to all my cello players out there. This is the tutorial video for marking period 1, week 7. This is the week you get to choose your song. You're going to choose between number 36, which is Dreidel, number 41, Jingle Bells, number 42, Old MacDonald Had a Farm, or number 43, which is Mozart Melody, otherwise known as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, or the alphabet song. A couple things before I get started on the tutorial part. I just want to cover a couple things that I've been noticing around the room. So first off is your instrument position. I've been noticing that some students are holding the instrument very much like this, like straight in front of them and vertical. I'll give you the side view and the front view. So I'm seeing sort of like this, and this is not an effective or correct way to hold the instrument. So the end pin should be pretty symmetrically between where your feet are, but a little bit in front of you, enough that when you lean the instrument back, the body of the instrument should be in front of your knees, and the shoulder of the instrument should be resting right against your chest bone, the sternum here. So that's what it should look like from the side, and when I put my bow on the string, that should allow me to put it pretty perfectly right between the end of the fingerboard and the bridge. From the front, that should look like this, because one of the other things that I've been noticing is that, let me just move that a little bit. Some students are like bringing the cello here and they're like scooting off to the side in order to hold it correctly. You don't move out of the way. The cello comes to you. You are in charge. So you see that my cello is sort of angled off to the left side of my head. One other thing is the bow grip. I've been noticing a lot of this. The wrist bent upward, which causes the bow to point downward. And you'll see that this angle here is no longer a 90-degree angle. So a couple things that you want to be mindful of is to keep that bow as at a 90-degree angle so that you can keep the bow in a straight line perpendicular to the strings. When it starts to drift downward, then you're going to get a very unpleasant sound. All right, so let's get into the actual pieces that you have to choose from for this week. The first one is Dreidel. I'm going to play it pizzicato first and then with the bow. So we start on the open D string. All of the notes are on the D and the A string, the top two strings. All right, and it sounds like this. Rest. Rest, rest, rest. Rest. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, rest, rest. Couple of things I want to point out just to help you make this a little bit easier. You'll notice there's sometimes a bracket underneath the notes. That's a reminder for those tunnel fingers. If you keep them nice and high, for example, this part, you'll see I have my third finger down the whole time, and I'm able to play the other string underneath. For this one, now I'm going to try it with the bow. There are a lot of string crossings, so just take your time. Be careful that your bow is only touching one string. When you get two strings, you get this sort of multiple sounds and it's very noisy. Make sure your bow is set on the same string that you're using your fingers on. All right, this is Dreidel with the bow. 2, 3, 4. Oops, sorry, last 4 measures. See, even I make mistakes. If you make a mistake like that during a quiz, I'll just ask you to play that part again. All right, so that's Dreidel. Let's go on to the next choice, which is Jingle Bells. It's number 41 in the book. For this one, again, just as a reminder, the first line and the third line are exactly the same, and the first two measures of the second line and the fourth line are also exactly the same. So when you're practicing, practice wisely and use those repetitions to help you be a little bit more confident. All right, so here's Jingle Bells. We start with 3 fingers down on the D string for the note F sharp. Again, don't rush through the rests, and be very careful in those last 2 measures because there's a skip, and I'll go over that at the very end. All right, from the beginning, we start on F sharp. 2, ready, and. 2, 3, second line. Rest, third line. Same as the first. Two, here's the last line. And those last 2 measures, there's a little tricky thing there, which is that you skip over F sharp. We start on G, 4, 4, 3. No, that's not right. I'm sorry. It's A, 4 for G. We skip over F and go to E, then D. So you have A, 4, 1, open. Practice that a few times so that it's comfortable before you try moving on with the bow. Here it is with the bow from the beginning. 2, second line. Third line. Last line and. So those are your options. Again, 36, 41, 42, or 43. As a reminder, you will be graded that you play the correct notes, the correct rhythm, have a steady tempo. That means you don't speed up, slow down, or have to stop in the middle. That you're using the bow correctly, including the bow hold, as well as the placement and direction on the string. And finally, your posture and instrument position. You will notice I didn't say speed. You can play it as fast as you like or as slow as you like, as long as it's one speed all the way through. If you have any questions, comments, or thoughts, please add them in the chat below. If there's something you would like to see me do that I didn't do, this is the first time I've tried this, so please just let me know and I'll try to improve it for the next one. Happy practicing, and I can't wait to see how you sound at the end of the week.